Hey, ministry leaders. My name is Melissa Gepford, and I'm on the Sacred Roots team. And I am so glad that you have chosen to partner with us to support families of littles ages 0 to 3. Um, Faith formation is so crucial and vital to a person's development. And that's why we're committed to supporting parents and caregivers, all types of families with little 0 to 3 as their brains and their relationships are developing. That is prime time to develop spirituality and to introduce it in a way that is age appropriate, that's brain developmentally appropriate, and that's healthy for them as they continue to grow. And so we're so grateful that you have chosen to support parents and caregivers of those littles in your community. And so we are excited to share more resources with you as you continue to partner with us. And I wanted to talk about the box. You likely got a box, or you're about to if you haven't gotten one. And I'm just going to unbox it and kind of explain what each product is. And what you're going to do is you're going to get these products and you're going to work with your coach and your ministry team to decide how to disperse these products in the best way that's appropriate for your context. So first of all, I just wanted to start with, look at this cute, here we go. Let's see if I can make it zoom in. There we go. Sacred Roots tape. Isn't that cute? I just feel like it's such a great touch for a box. Okay, so when you open the box, the first thing that you're going to see is this little note. It says the creation of 1,000 forests is in one acorn. And that quote is by Ralph Waldo Emerson. As we were branding Sacred Roots, we were thinking what would be the best icon to really communicate what we want to be as Sacred Roots. And the acorn, though it's not a root, the acorn became our icon because there's so much potential in one little acorn. And that's kind of how we view faith formation starting at this early age is you do all of the things. You cultivate the land, you give it what it needs: water, food, air, shelter, and things start to grow, right? And so within a tiny acorn is a huge oak tree. And according to Ralph Waldo Emerson, 1,000 forests. And so we just see that there is so much potential when we create the right environment for families. When we invest in that right environment, the possibilities are endless. And so this is just a little note for you to, just to thank you for your commitment for pouring into the lives of families. And then it also just gives a list of what you're going to find in this box. So you're going to find a wristlet and an affirmation card for every family. You're going to find rituals and routine cards for every family. You're going to find an Oakley magnet. Oakley is this little guy. Oakley is our mascot, and they represent everything about Sacred Roots and the partnerships that we are creating with you and the partnerships that you're creating with the families in your community. And so we just want to share Oakley with the world because we think they're so cute. Also, there's going to be a simple blessing ceremony that you're going to find in here. It's going to be a card and then a family fun scavenger hunt. So let's get going with unboxing. So it's going to be cute, wrapped like this, with a little sticker that shows Oakley, and they're saying, "Hi, I'm Oakley." I'm a little partial to Oakley because I get to be on the communications team, so I get to do all the fun things with the art. So that's why I'm talking so much about Oakley. So within this, you're going to find, let's start with the thing on top. So the thing on top is an affirmation card. It's a little like a business card size. And within it, it's going to say, or on it, it's going to say, whenever you see Oakley or hold this wrist strap, remember you are loved, God is with you, you are not alone, and you've got this. So the idea behind this wristlet here is that this can be, they put their parents can put their keys on it, or they can carry pacifiers on it. They could carry bottles. There's all sorts of things, especially when you're carrying a diaper bag. This is like a lifesaver sometimes. And so we just want them, we put Oakley and Sacred Roots on there because we want parents and caregivers to have some sort of like a trigger or some sort of thing that's going to make them think throughout the day when they hold it or see it that they're not alone. And so this is an opportunity to just kind of let it be that icon in their lives, to remind them that they're loved, that they're not alone, that you are with them as a faith community as they are going through the thick of it with their kids. And so this is just a little encouragement card to go along with the wristlet. So that's the first thing that we've got in our box. We have a little magnet here. So here's Oakley. And then it shares our website, sacredrootsnetwork.com, with them. So when you go to the website, you're going to find some of these resources there, but you'll also find we've got a blog with some articles, and we're going to continue to publish articles that some of them are theological, some of them are practical, and some of them are kind of a blend of both. But we're taking the latest research that we have at our fingertips with brain development, spirituality with children and families, and we're also telling a little bit of our story. At Sacred Roots, we want this to be a place where parents and caregivers find community. We're not like the experts by any means, but we are in the trenches with you as you're parenting, as you're caregiving, as you are introducing your littles to the faith. And so you're going to find on the website some resources like articles and blogs. They could also sign up for a newsletter. And within that, the first time they'll get a freebie. And then after that, we'll have monthly newsletters that share resources, articles, things like that, that might be of interest to those caregivers. And they'll also find a link to our Facebook group. It is a private Facebook group, but it's meant to be a place where parents and caregivers can connect with each other, share tips, share resources. We have a daily prompt where they interact, and we ask them questions, things like what's your nap time routine, and how do you get through the hard days, and what do you do about discipline, those types of questions. So it can be a place where they crowdsource ideas, but it's also a place where they can find support and like-minded people on this journey with them. So that's the magnet. So they're going to put that on their fridge or wherever. The next thing in here that they're going to find is this tiny little ring of Sacred Roots rituals and routines, nurturing our faith daily for seeds to grow. Now, this is color coded. We love Roy G. Biv. And on the back of the front page here, there's actually a reason it's color coded, because we've got activities for all sorts of milestones or things that people do daily, not really milestones, but daily rituals that we all do, times of the day. And we've created some activities and prayers that can be done quickly and easily during these times throughout the day. So this is really supporting the parents and caregivers to help infuse some sort of ritual or practice into baby or toddlers' daily routines. And it's not going to take like 30 minutes. It's not like a 30-minute like Bible study or anything like that. These are developmentally appropriate activities, songs, prayers, blessings that you might say over your little that coincide with times of the day. And so anyway, red cards are for caregivers. So the first set of activities, prayers, blessings are not for baby or toddler, but they're for the caregivers themselves. So it's remembering a blessing. There's a breath prayer in here. And then orange cards are for the morning. So morning routines like, you wake up and You want to say good morning to the world, and so here's what you could do if you're playing with Play-Doh while caregiver is getting the rest of the morning together. Here's some things that you can do. There are some affirmations where you can look in the mirror together and remind your little that they are loved by God. The yellow cards are for meals. We all eat throughout the day, right? And so those are opportunities to say blessings or prayers during meals. The green cards are for activities on the go. We spend a lot of the time in the car or on walks as Americans and as parents and caregivers. And so we can reclaim that time and use that for a meaningful ritual. We've got blue cards, bath time, blue for water, right? And then purple cards are bedtime. These are things that pretty much every family does, things throughout the day. And this is a way for us to infuse spirituality and ritual for grounding for families when the days feel like whirlwind days. Now, there's not a lot of activities per color in here, and we are going to release a second edition of this. We didn't want to overwhelm families. So there's just a couple of activities per color, because we know that repetition is also really, really important for developmentally for children and littles that are developing. So ritual is good. So it's not like they're going to use this once and toss it. These are like printed on good, I don't know if they're laminated or if they're just like really good cardstock, but anyway, they're glossy and they're like a baby could probably bite on this and it's going to be fine. So these are a keeper. Hang it on your little, you could even put it on this, right? And keep it with you in your bag. But these are just opportunities to practice ritual throughout the day to help ground and to remind families, caregivers, and littles who they are and whose they are. Another thing that we've got here is a family fun scavenger hunt. Now, again, so we're all about spirituality and helping support caregivers in that journey of raising kids. And we just believe that fun is spiritual. And so we're going to invite families. This is just a card. It's a little scavenger hunt. And it says, over the weekend while you're out, take pictures of nature and your family. And at dinner time or bedtime, look at them and ask, where do you see God in this picture? It's not like a big thing that, you got to do, like make a big deal out of it. It's just wherever, snap a few photos. And then that's like a conversation prompt for your littles, or if they're not speaking yet, then you can speak to them about where you see God in this. And then of course there's a bonus activity in there. If you want to, you can print the photos out and make like a book that your little could flip through. And then, if you print it on paper like this or something, it's going to be sturdy and durable. Okay, and then the last thing that we have here is a simple blessing ceremony for kids. Okay, so this is at home. It's designed primarily for young kids, especially with with attention spans. This is for littles with smaller attention spans, but this could be done with all ages. Okay, and so just a little simple blessing. We're going to invite parents or caregivers to sit with or hold their child or children if there's multiple, and place their hands on their head or their shoulder. If you're going to be talking with families about this, I think it's really important to talk about safe touch. And so like a soft touch, and even asking for permission if they are able to consent is a really helpful thing. And if they are not able to consent, it's worth saying, I'm going to place my hand on your shoulder, so that you're narrating what you're doing. That's a developmentally appropriate thing for littles to hear. And that helps with understanding safe touch. And it's teaching consent at an early age, which is really important. And so once you do that, you're going to repeat the printed liturgy here with the child or children. And so you want to be aware of your facial expressions when you read this liturgy, and use simple gestures and body language that the parent or caregiver is comfortable with using to express love to the child. And so if you've got more than one caregiver present for this, you might consider passing the child back and forth, or if the child is not wanting to be held, because we know how squirmy we can get sometimes, sit in a circle and hold hands, something like that, to include all that are present. And then you can take turns saying the words of this blessing. And then the blessing is, you say the name of the child. You are loved so much. God knows your name. You bring joy to those around you. God knows every part of you. Thanks be to God for, and then say their name. Now, eye contact is going to be really important here. As babies are developing, eye contact is crucial for bonding with caregivers, and to be able to interpret and build trust between the child and caregiver. So this is an opportunity for some spiritual development and also some real cognitive development as well. And then after that, if you're a singing family, then you are welcome to sing this. And if you're not a singing family, then you can just say it as well. But you're invited to sing this to the tune of Frere Jacques. I don't know it's Are You Sleeping? I don't know how to say it in French, but anyway, so I'll sing it for you. You are sacred, child of God, child of God. You are always growing, in God's love, in God's love. Amen. And that's it, right? It's a little short thing because attention spans, but it's also really meaningful. Now, this could be done anytime. It could be done before, I don't know, maybe a doctor's appointment or after a doctor's appointment. It could be done the day of a baptism. It could be done every Sunday. The idea is that these resources are scalable. They are tailorable to the family unit, because long gone are the days when families had the same thing going on. I don't know if that was ever true. Families are busy, and this is an opportunity for you as a church to say to the families that are in your care, hey, we care about you. We want to help you do this in a way that works for you, rather than making you change to fit what we expect, right? And so you're going to get these amazing products, and you're going to talk with your coach and your ministry team about how to implement this in your context. So maybe it's that you create a box for every family and send it to them. Maybe you have an event where families can come and receive a box. Maybe you trickle out these resources and give them like once a week or once a month or something. But the idea is that there's really no wrong or right way to do this, because what matters is that you are supporting and building relationship with these caregivers. And hopefully within that, you're also helping the caregivers and the families connect with each other as well. I know you're doing all of those things because I know that you care about families, about young children ages 0 to 3. And I know that we've got some great coaches that are going to kind of help you with this. And so I have every confidence in the world that this is going to be an amazing and meaningful thing for the families that you are in contact with. And so blessings to you as you figure out your next steps. But thank you again so much for partnering with Sacred Roots. We're so excited. We want to make this a really meaningful thing for your family. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Also, we invite you to go to sacredrootsnetwork.com and sign up for monthly newsletters so you can see what your families will be receiving as well if they sign up for the newsletter. And you're always welcome to join the Facebook group and join in there.